Day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to the Monster Hunter Wilds beta. Today, or this episode, we are looking at the Longsword Showcase and all of the things that are new and cool as best as I know them. As we go through, I will tell you the story of why yours truly, one of the most stubborn and inflexible people alive, is showing you a Longsword Showcase. And we will be exploring what this sword can do in Wilds, and between you and me, it's pretty epic. So, without further ado, we are going to jump right in, starting with bullying Toad Boy, I'm afraid.
I'll be waiting. Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Okay, without further ado, let us set off. Give me the herb, please. And the blue mushroom. I did have the resource guide, but make sure that you guys are just grabbing stuff as your sacred takes you places. It will only help you later. Okay. So here he is. And with due apologies to what I'm about to do to this monster. We are going to get started. So, in a lot of ways, Longsword is very much the same, at least to my mind, as it was in Iceborne, which is where I was using it a lot. So a lot of what you're going to see, I imagine, if you are at all familiar with Longsword, is going to be the same and probably embarrassing compared to what a real longsword can do, because I admit myself not the best longsword by any means. But now that we are at the Red Spirit Gauge, we are going to start showing off. If I'm allowed to, that is. What the hell is going on? Chotacabra, my buddy. Okay, so there you see the new finisher for the Longsword off of Helm Splitter, which is triggered by pressing R2 after the Helm Splitter. And it does cost you another full Spirit Gauge bar. But it is incredibly cool. And the ideal way that we are doing this is it going to be just the standard 4 triangle slash to build your spirit gauge bar. Followed by the special sheath to allow you to
Make sure to grab anything a monster leaves.
passively generate spirit while you're attacking. As soon as it's full, attempt to go for the standard spirit slash combo. And once you're in the red, just go ham on the poor monster. I feel bad about what I'm doing to Shadowcabra. This doesn't feel good. Like, he's so... Like, he can't protect himself. This isn't nice.
Bomb set.
And of course, I don't have anything even approaching the ability to create traps, so I'm admittedly looking forward to the full release of the game where I will be able to go on ahead and utilize that resource guide that I just made here of where the parish rooms and ivy and all of that good stuff is. So that I can trap these guys, because I just feel bad. I'm not a murderer, you guys. It's just that, unfortunately for me, there has yet to be a Monster Hunter beta that takes into account the people who would prefer to capture. So, this is how it is for now, but I'm looking forward to full release, where I will be able to farm for traps and trank bombs, because Shadowcabra didn't deserve that. That was just mean. Like, I've set up this showcase in a way that I show you all 4 monsters with the weapons, but, like, it doesn't feel good to bully Shadowcabra. Okay, so without further ado, we waste no time at all. Head to Shogama.
Understood. Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Actually, let's be
As the
responsible.
punishments come in,
Let us
we
be a
find something
responsible
useful.
hunter and refill our box. Because I did use a potion because I was sucking at everything. So, I don't know if anybody cares, but the reason that I am sitting here bringing you a longsword first look at Wilds is a funny little story about the reason that I'm even playing Monster Hunter at this point. I was brought into Monster Hunter World by Bob, knowing nothing. I did not know a goddamn thing. I was clueless, useless, hopeless, and it was just ugly. My early days of Monster Hunter were so ugly. I knew nothing. I selected a switch axe that would turn out to be a terrible idea. And, not only did I pick a weapon that I just didn't understand, but I didn't have the ability to even understand all of the intricacies of Monster Hunter as things stood. As I get distracted and forget that, first things first with the idiot. That's not what I wanted to do at all. We're gonna have to scatter them in the next arena. I didn't want a giant dung bomb, I just wanted a regular dung pod. I was clueless, I was useless, I was hopeless. I didn't understand that you actually need to take time out of your day to farm resources. I didn't understand the botanical center. I did not understand so much about how Monster Hunter actually works. I made it as far as Radabon, knowing nothing and just like flailing at the buttons. But Radabon, if you remember, was a random expedition quest So, the reason that I didn't understand that what I was doing was not working was because I had my friends to carry me. And with my friends to carry me, I didn't need to worry about anything like that. And at that point, I understood that Switch Axe was not working for me. And what I really needed to do was reassess everything, including farming resources and completely changing weapons. I actually ended up on Light Bowgun, even though I wouldn't stay there for particularly long. It carried me through the rest of the campaign. With relatively little pain. And I probably would not have continued into, whereas they affectionately say here, the real game actually starts, unless I fell in love with Safi'jiiva. And you guys, Safi'jiiva was the best thing that happened to my Monster Hunter career. Because if I did not love that encounter and become absolutely obsessed with the armor. How in the fuck did that miss? How? I would not be playing Monster Hunter today. But Safi'jiiva captured my imagination in an incredibly vital way. And farming for Safi'jiiva's armor was a blessing because I just fell in love. I fell in love with Safi'jiiva. And in turn with Monster Hunter. I continued into the end game feeling like I had some kind of identity. As the story would go. I actually started striking out on my own. After that, it would be so much easier to tell the story if I had done it during Shadow Calibur. And what happened was that I was playing with random people, and I saw a lot of people. I hate Bank Beast in general. Mahjong ruined the concept for me. He's so annoying for my skill level. Could you fucking stop? I guess that's just gonna be a no. right. And Bo looked fun, and as it would turn out, Bo was supremely fun, is what the story went. And that's where I landed, and was incredibly happy there for a very long time. And it wasn't until much later on that I ended up starting to investigate other weapons, starting with the insect glaive because of the guild palace weapons. To upgrade them, you needed to do a challenge arena, and there was not one that had something for both me and Bob, and I ended up deciding that it was easier for him to kill a Zinogre with a heavy bowgun while I flailed around helplessly on a weapon that I was admittedly very curious about.
We've been given our supplies. Check your inventory.
Nonsense. And I became pretty decent with Insect Glaive in Iceborne, but not because I had to passively play one in a challenge arena. My skill with an Insect Glaive did not properly start to develop until the Siege of Safi'jiiva, which is where Xeno'jiiva enters our story again. And one of the things that I noticed was missing in the siege, I used my bow to break both wings, but at that point the bow really doesn't help in the siege. And one of the major areas that was consistently getting left out in the skill gap of random team compositions was the ability to mount and break her back. Could you stop screaming, perhaps? Yep. mention that I just don't like fang beasts. I just profoundly do not like fang beasts. Could you fucking stop? God, the little one's back too. Another wasted red bar. The other one's being a pain in the ass. Oh, and now you're running? Of course you are.
Make sure to have anything a monster leaves behind.
Absolute unbearable pain in the ass. Is that another one behind me? Fucking is. Oh my god. Ugh. Don't expect to see me playing with the Shadow monologue of all ways. I have enough problems without the monster getting ads. It's like Val's Barnos on steroids. So the skill gap in Safi'jiiva was mounting and breaking her back, and it just so happens that I had this Guild Palace insect wave that I had enjoyed messing around with without actually ever taking it into a real situation. And so that led me to actually break out this random weapon that I decided to make my own, and in turn led to falling deeply in love with the insect wave and playing it quite a lot. I played it for most of the end game, actually. In the Return to World event. Could you not just stop? With all of his stupid little hits that don't even knock me down. Like, And I got pretty good at breaking Safi's back and mounting as the team needed for knockdowns, for help on other parts. And then came what I would call the next thing, with the Siege of Safi'jiiva in particular. Is the next thing that was really not getting done was, of course, the tail, and it was very consistent that I would not be getting help on the tail. And at the time, the insect glaive build that I was running, being highly defensive, was not able to dish out the DPS and separate damage to actually get the tail in 1-1 with the insect glaive. So, if you're looking for a high return run and you can't count on having a team that is going to be objective focused on what's the next logical thing to do, and as it would happen, for me that was making myself a longsword and figuring out how to run that. And so I did. And you know what? I actually quite enjoyed it, even though I don't think I'm particularly skilled at it. But even though I don't think I'm particularly skilled with the longsword, I mean, if you hand one to me, like, I know what to do with it. Well enough, at least. And over time, with Safi'jiiva's guidance and blessing, I ended up taking it into more hunts and learning my way around it. And the reason that you're seeing this is when I realized that they had taken Aerial Insect Glaive out of the game, and I had not yet learned about the charging attacks that Insect Glaive was given instead. Frankly, it felt terrible. Insect Glaive felt just bad without Aerial. It immediately got better once I discovered the charging attacks, of course, but at the time, when I first took it out, I just didn't
by order of the guild.
feel good without Aerial. And we're living in a world now where we get to bring 2 weapons to every hunt. And Insect Glaive no longer really felt like the choice that I would take no matter what, you know? So
I should look over there.
What I did instead, faced with what I could you knock it off? I want the mulberry and the antidote herb, and then you can have control back, Andromeda. I promise. Arguing with your sacred over going to get resources. Also, your sacred's pathing is questionable. And so when I realized that the Aerial Insect Glaive playstyle was effectively out as far as the beta is concerned, well, you know, my dear friend Safi'jiiva gave me a gentle little nudge. Like, I like to tell Bob that Safi'jiiva is kind of my Monster Hunter spirit guide. You know, she's the one that's always there, gently pushing me to grow and to be better. Because if you give me the chance, I will absolutely stagnate. I don't agree with that hitbox. Takahara is going to continue to... Like, here's the thing, guys. Like, I know I'm saying that I feel annoyed by pretty much everyone but Chotacabra, but do not mistake that for me being critical of the new roster. The hard truth is that I just don't know them yet. Even though I've been playing like an absolute madwoman. With the intention of learning. The harsh reality is that, you know, when I talk about monsters that are annoying me for X, Y, or Z reason, it is a me problem, almost always. There are very few monsters that I will look you in the eye and tell you it is specifically Capcom's issue. Like, oh, say, Iceborne Kushala Daora, which was the most toxic piece of crap that I think has ever been in Monster Hunter, and I exaggerate. I've only played Whirl and Ride. I don't have the knowledge base to tell you that she's definitely the worst that's ever been, but boy, if she did not feel like it in that event. Or, like, I will absolutely complain. Who decided that Rajang should be able to bully my baby, Paolumu? Who made that decision? Because, like, when I'm busy griping about Deshogama and how I just don't like Fanged Beast as a concept, it's Rajang's fault. Rajang hurt my baby, and I'm still upset. Like, whoever okayed that turf war, like, you're a twisted soul. Like, my poor Paolumu. It was so sad. It was just so sad.
Materials from severed parts.
And of course, we worked very hard for this tail. Not really. Long swords and tails, you know. But we're taking it because it's my prize and I want it. Like, that turf war, I will hate Rajang literally forever. I will never ever let it go, even if the Paolumu and Rajang never meet again. Like, that turf war, it's not even a turf war. Absolute fucking bollocks to call it a turf war in any capacity. It was Rajang hurting my baby, and I'm upset still. Also, to get back on track as to how Safi'jiiva encouraged me to play the longsword, you guys, that extra finisher on Helm Splitter makes me just so happy. It looks exactly like the finisher to Melania's Waterfowl Dance in Elf Ring, and it makes me feel like such a badass to channel even 1% of that absolute nightmare of a boss fight. It is not my place to speak deeply on Souls games because I've never played them, but I'm admittedly a little obsessed with Melania. They're not as picky about falling asleep with you in the room as they are in World, but we shall give him his space to go to sleep anyway.
Bomb set. I set a bomb.
So yeah, needlessly to say, I am absolutely in love with how the longsword plays in Wild. I will make no bones about it. Even if I am not the best longsword player that you will ever find. I'm not even close to the best longsword player that you'll ever find. I have never successfully performed an EI counter because with all of my other weapons, I just iframe roll it. And my brain has not in any way acclimated to the idea that I have an option to counter with my weapon out. Come on. And there you have it, Malahara. And it does, like, longsword feels so good in the beta, you guys. And look, full disclaimer, I absolutely know that longsword is the most popular weapon. It's probably the most popular weapon for a very good reason. I am likely not saying anything that you do not already know. However, I am unbelievably, indescribably excited about Wilds, and I am so excited to share with all of you my excitement about all of the things. And longsword is definitely one of the things that just feels great in this beta. On which note, we will waste no time. As is our custom, we will refill our item box. And go to face the guy who's going to go on ahead and put me and my Hooperus in my place, yeah? So of course, right now. This is likely to be the ugliest fight of the three because I get caught in my Spirit Slash combo. I don't know how to cancel out of it. He likes to nuke me when I do that. It's very unfortunate, the whole affair, you guys, but nevertheless, we will do our best, yeah?
Now commencing quest by order of the guild. A supply shipment's come in. Hope you find something useful.
Okay, so you guys know the custom here. which is ignoring right now for a second so that we can go get honey to make more mega potions, because old buddy is gonna absolutely kick my ass.
The lightning has them amped up. Might be
So
able to
before
use
we
that to
even attempt, I would say,
I'll put the materials I gathered in your item box.
where are you going? Andromeda seems confused. That's one of my very, very few complaints about the beta. It's not. I don't even consider it a complaint, honestly, because this is just a beta. Is that the pathing for the monsters is not always the best. Annoying. And there is something I want to try to show you guys with the full and absolute disclosure that I have not ever successfully done this. I was a firm Palamute denier. But I am going to try to mount off of the Sacred, which I know is definitely a thing you can do, but... Andromeda, please. Andromeda, please. Track the right out. Don't embarrass me, girl. So, I've done that. Now we're going to try to do this very complicated. bad. The finisher for the longsword is just so cool. Like, it just looks so cool. Well, she continues to punish the ability she is out of my. Right now is admittedly the only one that I'm inclined to allow the chaos on. Because if he's focusing on another monster, he's not actively beating my ass. Like so. But wouldn't those max life potions be nice? You not? Like, how many times right now? How many times are we gonna do this? It pleases me that I was not able to reach his broken part there. Can I have that now? What part of your body right now? Good. Okay, just about time to wrap this up. That.
Bomb set. I set a bomb.
No, I'm stunned. Oh, rip. I don't quite understand why I'm alive, but I'm grateful. I hate when this monster just straight up cheats. And there it is, right out, down. Ironically, my weakest weapon was the only one that I did cleanly. Figures. But so there you have it. That is what the longsword looks like in the hands of an intermediate player. I would say that it feels absolutely fabulous. So, of the three that I am playing, I think I'm going to be taking bow and longsword to start, unless, asterisk, they put aerial insect glaive back in which case I will be drawn back to flitting around the air like an idiot. Because it's fun, and I like it. But until then, bow and longsword feel absolutely fabulous. Insect glaive also feels quite good, but not having aerial is a huge detractor just for me personally. If you have been into the optimal ground glaive playstyle, then I imagine you're extremely happy with where insect glaive is at right now. But as for me, of the three weapons that I am good with, bow and longsword are my top two picks. And who knows? I can't ever promise that any monster will inspire me quite the way that Safi'jiiva did. Between you and me, our little secret. Towards the end, as I have continued to play Iceborne and help people through Siege, I even picked up a hammer. Because after the tail, the next high value thing is the head breaks. So that's what I've been doing with my time. But from now until the demo, and hopefully we get a crack at White Wraith, the bow and the longsword feel phenomenal. If you are a ground glaive person, then the charged attacks for insect glaive are extremely powerful, so long as you have the wherewithal to save the wounds if you happen to be dealing with a monster that has really stupid extract zones, like right now. For now, those are the three showcases that I intended on making for the beta. We are probably going to do just some long content farming and multiplayer so you guys can get a better look at what we can expect when this thing finally releases at the end of February. Until then, I hope you enjoyed watching and I thank you for joining me. I will see you next time.